Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I don't know when you're going to watch this video, but the year is Flex Talks again. And today we're gonna talk with a special guest. She comes straight from the US and she just wrote a book, but very interesting. I read this book this weekend. I almost finished it. And her name is Dawn Mahan. Mahan or Mahan? Mahan.
Mahan.
Mahan, Dawn Mahan. She's an expert in project management, very creative author, and very creative in her training, always doing some exercise. They're very creative. And she's going to talk about the book that she just launched. Dawn, thank you very much for the time you're spending here with us. Thank you very much for accepting my invitation, and you are very welcome to our talk.
Thank you for
Please
having me.
introduce yourself, show the guys who are you, where you come from, what you do. Very simple, just 1 minute, just to introduce yourself.
Great. Well, thank you, first of all, for having me. I'm very happy to talk to you always. It's always so much fun. So today we'll
Yeah.
have fun with some eyes on us and invite people into our fun conversation. So I started in project management by accident, like many people.
Like me.
Yes, many of us who became experts were accidental project managers, and I am definitely one of them too. So we have that also in common. And I was in IT at the start of the year 2000 problem, fixing all this. So I was a software developer and a database administrator, and then I got pulled out of the technical side to run a project. And I didn't even know that project management was an option for my career because there were no project management classes in college. And I just fell in love with it. It really seemed to marry my two of my loves, which was communicating and helping people succeed, as well as the technology side at that time. So that's sort of how I got started in it.
Oh, it's been a long time. We started basically together because I started in 2000 again, actually. Yeah. I had my previous career as a pilot, as you know. And at 2000, I started my career as in IT and project management and things like this. That's exactly the same time. So we have
Wow.
25 years.
Wow. Yes. And before that, I was a user of technology. I was a young biostatistician. So I worked in a medical center in the Center of Biostatistics and Epidemiology. So helping do statistical models. And then before that, I thought I wanted to be an actuary. And so, because I have a mathematics degree, so it was, oh, be an actuary and then be a biostatistician. And then the year 2000 problem saved me from all of that. So
Are you sure it saved you?
I think so. I think so. Those were not, they weren't the right fit for me. And then I found my way in technology and so forth. So it worked out well.
But when you start providing training and consulting,
So when I got hired by a consulting company, and my first job was to learn JCL, CICS, and COBOL.
go ball.
So that COBOL, so that we could fix all of
The
the
bugs.
numbers, right? Yeah. And I was the only woman in this class of people. This They were creating an army of coders at that time. So I was the only woman, and there was only one woman that came and taught us some of these. And she tried to teach it on, you remember the overhead projector that would
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
light, and the light would go up and they had to write down here on the thing. She
I
tried
use
to
it a lot. I use it a lot.
Yes. So she tried to teach coding like this. And I couldn't learn it. I couldn't learn it like this. I need to do something. So I
Because
went,
your background in math.
yeah, my background is math and you want to work it out, like figure it out. I have to learn in all the different ways. So I went to my boss, whose name was Mike. He was wonderful. And I said, Mike, I can't learn like this. Can you give me somebody very experienced to help me figure out a way to learn this that works for me, and then I will train other people because this is terrible. And he said, yeah. no
And then you
problem.
found out that you could be a good teacher.
So then, yes, so it was because of need. The necessity is the mother of invention, right?
Invention, yeah,
Yes. So I created this little uh JCL for Dummies book with this guy that Bill, who was very, very experienced at this coding method, and then created exercises and that we could replicate, and we got people in the lab doing the things, and they had me travel around and teach other people this JCL. So then the teacher always learns more than the student. People ask questions, you have to try to figure it out, answer it. And so, uh,
make synapses and connections are very fast.
and I enjoyed it so much. So that was, and I enjoy all the things because I get bored very easily. So it was fun to come out of the coding job, go train some people, get a little break from the coding part, do the training, and then come back. And so for ever since then, I've enjoyed sharing what I learned, try to make it easier and fun for people.
Yeah, and this you're an expert on that. Your trainings are all in fun and making games and things like this. It's very, very, very interesting. But I
Thank you.
wanted to show your book. Can you see the cover of the book?
Yes. So this is it
This
was a #1 Amazon bestseller.
Meet the players in Projectland.
Yes, and I have the sunlight coming in on it, but
Yes.
yeah, it was a #1 bestseller, and it's all about the people side of project management, and it's available in ebook also, as you know, because you got the
Yeah,
ebook.
I know. I read it. I just read
And
it, and thank you very much for offering me that.
oh, of course, I'm so impressed that you read it so quickly. Did you find it
Yeah.
easy to read?
Yeah, it's very fluid, easy to see because repeat the order of the chapters every time and time and time. So you know exactly what you expect, but adapting for each chapter. So it's very easy to understand. You can go through. It's very easy, very, very well prepared book. It's very fluid. It's very easy to read it.
Great, great. That was my hope. So thank you for
Yeah. So we didn't combine anything here, but this is exactly what I felt. I said, oh, I already seen this. Now I have to adapt. Okay, this now that's very easy. Congratulations for doing this. It's very easy to.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
It has very, very good tips and challenges inside the books. And so after you explaining a chapter, you have practical experience and then challenge that I have to do and tips. Great, great. I really highly recommend reading that. Okay.
Thank you.
And we are going to have the link for buying this down here. Please, hi, who are watching this video, take a look at the guides inside here on the card. And how did you have the idea to create this book? And what is book is all about?
So the idea started again by accident. Uh,
Again,
yes, again,
John,
there's
I'm
some,
sorry, but you are an accident.
I
Your
am
whole life is an
accident,
accident.
I am accident prone. Yes. So my whole career has been this series of meandering
Twists, twists,
journey.
twists.
Yes. So what happened was I was training a group of people in Chicago, and we were brought in by the CEO because they had just taken this new management team just took over this company, and they realized these people did not know how to do projects. They were great at operations, but
They don't know how to do
they
projects?
didn't know how to do projects. They didn't understand at all what the management team was asking of them. The management team was very frustrated. The team members were very frustrated because they wanted to please their new bosses, but they didn't know how. So we came in to help fix this. And one of the gentlemen who had been at this place for 20 years, 25 years, his name was Jermaine. He was a lovely man. And
Sure, man.
in the middle of the training, he looked up at me and he said, Dawn, where's the book? And I was like, what? And he said, where's the book? I want all the stories you tell. I want them all in a book on my desk. I said, really? And so that was in about 2010. And so 2024 comes around,
Then
and that's when we finally released this first book. And because so you could see on the cover these animal avatars in origami.
origami, huh?
Yeah, so what I realized was when I was training people, the people side is the hardest part of running projects.
Hmm.
And so when I was a mentor for a young woman in technology once, she asked me in the first week she was there on the job, she said, "What's the hardest part of these projects?" And immediately I blurt out the people because
That came
I
to your mind. That came to your mind. Oh, the people.
immediately the people, the technology part, sure, that's hard, but you're going to figure it out.
Hmm.
It's all the people dynamics. So I blurt this out and I started to think I should pay attention to what comes out of my mouth because sometimes,
Because accidentally, maybe a great idea comes out.
yes. And so I started to think about this. The people side is the hardest. The people side is the hardest. Yeah. Well, why is that? And how do we help people understand how people operate when they're under stress? Because on projects, it's like you're in this world that is you're under a microscope. It's a different world with different roles and rules. It's different than the day job, as the folks in Chicago were learning. And I thought, wow, animals, nobody says, well, the snake shouldn't bite you if you are walking through the forest and like you surprise it. I mean, it's a snake. That's what snakes do. They're going to jump up and bite you and say, "Hey, you're in my space." And so you go, "Yeah, snakes do that." Well, people operate when they're under stress, they operate in certain ways, and it's usually not their best selves. And so I
Hmm.
started to realize, okay, well, there are great traits of every animal and hopefully most people. And there are also hurtful traits of every animal and sometimes people, especially when they're under stress, which projects are always stressful, I
Hmm.
think. I mean, there has never been a project I've been on that hasn't had some level of stress to it.
And do you see any comparison between how the animals behave and how the people behave?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, and that's why
Do you study the behavior of animals for writing the books?
yes.
Oh.
Yes. I did a lot of research on which animals, and they sort of evolved over many years also. So I always had an animal for the project manager because I was doing a lot of project management coaching and training. And then also for the project manager's boss, the project sponsor. So those were easy. I had them, they worked. I tested them over many years. But then it was like, but what about all the other creatures on the project? Right? Who are they? And so I started to
This,
observe.
this is the thing that I think is fascinating in this book. The amount of animals that you wrote there, the main animals, and the resemblance between the characters and the people, how they act, we do act. I think the idea is fantastic. The idea is fantastic. It is
Thank you.
fantastic.
It's fun. It makes it easier for people to talk about other people and
Hmm.
because people are very sensitive today. When you and I were growing up, people would just be like in your face, this is how I feel. At least that's how I dealt with things. I was used to this environment. Today, people are very, very sensitive.
Yeah.
And
They call it
yeah,
bullying. We call it joking.
right. Yeah, I mean, I was definitely bullied. It was bad, but you develop some thick skin this way, right?
Resistance. Resistance.
Right. Right. And confidence, because you have to develop some confidence in yourself. And definitely to be a leader, and project managers are leaders, you have to develop some level of confidence or people won't want to follow you.
Yeah. And let's start talking about the animals and just
Okay.
to people see how creative your book is. You have divided the animals in categories. Okay.
Roles. Yeah, the
Yeah.
roles. Uh,
The role, it was important. You have the stakeholders, you have the project manager, the teams, and also you have the steering committee. So you have categories of animals. So which one do you want to start? By the steering committee, by the project manager? It's your book. You have to decide the best way to explain that
well, let's start at the top.
at the top. Okay.
Yeah, so let's start at the top of the food chain, which
Hmm.
is the lion.
The
So
lion.
everybody talks about how the lion is the king or queen of the
That's
jungle.
it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It can be a.
And that's
Actually, the female lion is much powerful than the male lion.
I'm going to quote that from now on. Thank you.
Mm.
But so the project sponsor, the project executive, the top person that's responsible and accountable for the project that the leadership team is looking to deliver this, that's the lion. And when I created a sponsor training because all the project managers were like, when are you going to tell my boss this is how he should operate? Right?
That's it.
So we created a sponsor training. And so on the front cover of sponsor training is this gorgeous lion
With big.
with the big mane. Yeah. And so we get into it and I talk to the sponsors about how, when the lion roars,
Yeah, I love this sentence in the book. When the lion roars, everybody silence. Pay
right?
attention.
They're all on edge
Yeah.
because you're like, what's going to happen here? And when the lion is calm, everybody can just go about their business. And it is the same way when the executive sponsor,
Yeah.
if you have to, as a project manager, go to the executive sponsor and say, well, the project just turned red. I teach them, don't be like, rah, because otherwise every report after that will be green and you will not get the truth.
That's
I've,
it.
yeah.
So
So
this
how
is
you
why the
respond.
lion is the sponsor.
Yeah. So I talked to them about how when the way that you will look as nice as you are, as wonderful and friendly and beautiful as you are in regularly, you're a lion in Project Land. I mean, that's how people will see you, even
Oh,
if
you forgot talking about Project Land. We
we
didn't
should
explain
talk,
Project Land. We forgot about talking
we
about that.
should
What is
talk about
Project Land? What is Project Land?
that. Okay. So Project Land is the concept I created to help people understand that the project world is different than the business as usual or your day job, that there are different expectations, there are different rules, and sometimes the rules that you make you a successful person in the day job backfire in Project
Mm.
Land. So when I blurted this out actually at a training, all
Accidentally.
accident,
Accidentally.
true, because I thought, how am I going to get these people to understand that they have to operate differently on
The
projects?
environment of a project.
The environment is different. Yeah. And so I said, it's so different. It's like a different world. We should call it something different. Let's call it Project Land. And I just
That.
sort of kept going, with the training. A week later, I came back to that client. I'm walking down the hall and I passed two of the gentlemen who were having a conversation in the hallway. And it was like all up in my head, thinking about what I'm going to talk to the executive about who had brought us in. We were doing the follow up on the training. And I overheard them one say to the other, remember, it's different. It's Project Land. I was like, wait, what? Because you're not really hearing I'm like, hi guys,
It
not
blew
really
into
hearing
their
it.
minds. It blew into their minds.
It's stuck. And then so I thought, wow, okay. So I kept trying this out on other audiences and it kept people going, yeah, that's right. It is different. That helps me realize, okay, all day long, if somebody has a day job and a project on their plate or several, they're going from day job to project, day job to project. And it's like, where am I? How do I need to?
What? I have to wear a different hat right now.
Mhm. Yeah. So
Stop, stop. 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 Do you see how creative this woman is? That's what I was talking about. Okay, let's go back.
Thank you, Elliot. They it has helped people get it. That
Yeah, the
project.
mindset for being in the project.
Yes, and that different expectations are there. And so, for example, the project manager's job many times is you have to lead by influence. You don't have any authority at all. None of these people actually work for you. They have another boss. So, and you bring all these people from all over, you put them together and you go, you guys should work as a team,
What? How?
right? It's very different for people. So and I encourage anybody that this might help to use it and explain at the beginning, like, okay, you're in Projectland now. It's
That's
different.
it. Fantastic. Fantastic.
It's different. And it seems to help people.
Okay, so we have the lion that roars, and, and he or she is the sponsor.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
and then we have the project manager. Let's
Yeah.
see. Oh no, no, no. Or we have the steering committee.
Yeah, so I love it that you said committee because in the book I am and every time I get the chance, I'm very clear that we should call it a steering team rather
Steering team.
than a
Usually say committee. Yeah.
committee because we cannot manage projects by committee.
Stop. Let me think. Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
agree. I
So tell me
agree.
more about what you're thinking about
I would adopt this word right from now on. You
because
see, do you see what I'm saying? She changes everything
uh,
accidentally.
yes. Yeah. So I noticed, so I do a nonprofit work. And we have committees in the nonprofit world when we are volunteers. I'm on the golf committee for the golf outing, charity golf outing, right? It's you're nice, you're going to operate nicely, you're going to try to get consensus. Well, that's great, except in Projectland, the clock is always ticking.
Thinking,
Like, when is this project going to be done? I want the results. That's what the executives are asking for. So,
bring me value.
great. Deliver some value, please, and do it quickly. So, the idea is the steering team. Then, when you say you are the steering team and the lion is the chair of the steering team, then it's like we're a team and we need to deliver this together. A committee, it's like, well, I think this, you know? A team is like, yeah,
This is
let's
my
go.
opinion. This is my opinion about that. I don't agree and agree, but a team has to decide it. They have to work to produce something.
Yes,
Great.
yes. So we have animal avatars for the steering team
How
members.
many and who they are?
Three. We have three. We have the owl.
Owl, big eyes,
That's
watching
right.
every 360
Right.
vision.
Yes, 360 vision can see everything and at night.
Ah,
Yeah. And they're
night goggles
very,
with
and they're
night goggles. Night
right.
goggles.
Yes. So we'll get to why in a minute. And then the
And the
whale,
owl is the symbol of wisdom.
yes, yes.
Great.
So the lion, so think about if you're the if you're the sponsor, the lion, right? You're on land. Like, isn't it nice to have and you're in your eyesight, you're at sleep at night, right? Wouldn't it be nice to have a steering team member watching out for you in all those dark places, giving you wise advice, right? That could be helpful. And
Just
I,
like this old guy, very experienced and knows everything. You can hear the broad view of what's happening. Good.
yeah, and
Great. I love
and they can be very shrewd when they want to go after something,
it. That's it. That's true.
right? Yeah, so it can be great if you're the lion to say, "Hey, who do I need? What kind of personalities do I need to help me?" and be on my team, my leadership team.
That's
Not
it.
just the position, like, well, I need the CFO, the CIO, this, not
Whatever.
just the position, but how do they think? How do they lead? How do they operate? How can they help balance you and bring more strength to you? So the owl is one. And
Mm.
the next one is the whale.
I read this on the book, and the explanation should convince me. Your explanation should convince me. Why the whale?
So I,
Whale is a big animal. It's a big
oh,
animal. It's the biggest one on Earth. Okay,
yes.
big ones. A lot of volume of water that when he moves, and so. But he eats small animals. But explain why did you choose the whale for that?
Yeah.
What's the analogy that you did with the animal and the a steering person that working there?
Yeah, I realized in a lot of organizations there might be, especially in for-profit organizations, noticed that there were some businesses, some business sectors that were like the whale. Like they made all the money or most of the money, or they were the biggest sector, and they were basically carrying everybody else. So while they consumed a lot of resources, if you had a project where the whale was on your side, you you're going to get all the resources you need,
Makes sense.
right? And when they throw their weight around, people pay attention.
Mm.
Yeah. So that's why, because it's so sometimes it's okay, I might be a lion, but I need a whale to help me get all the resources lined up that I need to make sure that that person's leadership is shown so that all those people that I need that are in their organization will line up and work with us to implement
Mm.
this thing or whatever it is. Yeah.
That's the reason. That's the reason you chose the whale. But
And
it could be a mother bear.
possibly, except the bears hibernate, so they disappear for 6 months, which
That's true.
is
That's true.
not very helpful in Project Land. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. That's true. But when they are awakened, oh, they got a lot of mess.
Yes. And don't
And
mess with our babies.
but they protect the cubs a lot.
True. That's true.
So
And whales do this too. So my family lives in Hawaii now, and
wow.
yeah, and my niece I go every year for her birthday, and the whale watching happens right around her birthday. So we've made it a family outing when I'm there to go see the whale watching. And I've learned a lot about whales doing this. And
It's in your heart. It's in your heart.
oh, and it's amazing. They're bigger than the boat. I mean, it's it's wild. And
I took part of a watch in Canada. Actually, it's in the border of Canada, close to Vancouver and Seattle. And
beautiful.
there are killer whales. There are hundreds of them. It's amazing to see that. It's amazing.
Isn't it? And you see the juvenile, the little whale, right? The baby whale with the mother. So there's definitely a lot of nurturing that goes on.
Yeah, the nurturing me. Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
which is great, which we want in Project Land for sure.
that's it. Great. You convinced me. You convinced me. And the third is
The eagle, the
see
eagle. So the eagles,
everything from the top.
yeah, the big picture thinking for
They
sure.
come here and sting you.
Yeah, that's what you have to watch out for. I worked with some gentlemen at a chemical plant. Uh,
But the eagles are predators.
yeah, they're predators. I worked with these guys at a chemical plant, and they were like, when corporate comes, so like they were when corporate comes, it's like the eagle swooping down, causing all this chaos, and then they leave.
Yeah.
I mean, so we have to watch out for this.
This is exactly what happens sometimes with the steering. They come here, make a mess, and go.
Right. So we have to watch out for this. But the the eagles, they live on the cliffs. They live up there too. So their skills at this, keeping the big picture in mind, seeing the forest, is so helpful. So if you're a lion and you're in you're in more of the details, it can be very helpful to have that big picture thinking on your steering team.
They are overseeing everything.
Yeah, making those connections, how does this work with that? Let's make sure we're keeping the big picture in mind, not getting lost in the details. It can be a helpful thought process. Hmm.
You see, what I'm most interested in the eagle is that big eyes and good eyes. He
Yes.
points everything perfectly. He points out
Vision.
this is the problem. This is
Yes,
what we have to do.
that's
He
a great
points out everything with good eyes. I think it's like some characteristics of some people. They were eyes that are very close one to the other. They're very detailed people here. Just like me here, I can see one spot in one wall. Are you seeing that? No, I don't care about because you have eagle eyes. You have
Yes,
these spots, and the eagles look at from the top, they can see details down there.
it's a
And the
great.
details make the whole difference. And so this is why the power of the eagles. They fly fast, they have the view from the top, and they can see the details.
I
So
love
this
that.
love that. Like, okay, this is steering team, not the
The
committee.
steering team, yes, steering team. And remember the lion is the chair of the steering team because so the
Yeah.
idea, a lot of my new project sponsors don't know when do I need a steering team? Who do I need on my steering team? How do I decide? It's a big question. So project managers can certainly help the steering think through who would be helpful and why do you need them. Only choose who you need. And sometimes you don't need a steering team at all. And if you
No.
don't need a steering team, great. It should be easier with just the sponsor. But if you do need a steering team, you usually really need them. So you want to make sure that you identify who they are, get them recruited, have them understand how they can help, how they should best operate as a team. And a lot of times the answer to do I need a steering team or not is when you look at the sponsor, the lion, does your lion need help making certain decisions or making certain things happen of other leaders at their same level? So, can they make 80% of the decisions themselves and need some help with the other 20%? If so, that can be a clue to say, okay, I think we might need a steering team member. And you can have
They
a
must be
steering team of
they
one
must be available. They must be available for that.
and interested. And if
Yeah.
you don't have them as a steering team member who's they're going to help you, even if it's a steering team of one, then you could be in trouble from the very start.
That's true. I have some stories about that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now we have the top,
Yes.
the top, and we are going to the project manager.
Yes.
Who is he or she?
So the project
In the,
managers,
who is this avatar in the project land?
yes, the animal avatar for the project manager is the tiger. The
Hmm.
tiger. Yeah.
They're not lions, but felines.
Awfully, yes, awfully close. So they still have to have, we project managers have to have that big cat courage. So the lion's a big cat, the tiger is also a big cat.
Big
And
cat.
a little fun thing is the tiger has stripes. And
Yeah.
every time you do a project and you survive it, you earn another stripe, right?
I know. Well, or another star.
Right. So the idea is that the lion, is the king or queen of the jungle, but the tiger is awfully close because these two need to work very closely together to make sure that the project is delivered as expected.
Is there a connection between this and the logo of your company that is actually a tiger?
Yes. Yes.
Now I understand.
Yes. Yeah, the tiger always felt to me like the right animal avatar for the project manager. And if I when I visited, I went to Scotland. I had some work in London, and I did a little vacation time in Scotland afterwards. And I
Oh,
went
I've
to
been there in April. I love Scotland.
yeah, I love both countries. It was so wonderful. And it was my first time in Scotland, and I ended up at this zoo, and I got to talk to the woman that trains the tigers. And she was like, tigers are so smart. Like, yeah.
Where's the zoo? Is it
In the Highlands.
in the Highlands? Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
Did you go to the Isle of Skye?
I did not. I didn't
Oh,
get there yet. I will have to
you
put it on the list.
you have to return there. It's a wonderful place to visit. Wonderful. I loved it. I loved it. The Highlands. Oof, oof. I have to return there.
Let's meet
Uh,
let's meet
okay.
there next time.
Oh, yeah. So you have the tiger, but what are the best characteristics of the tiger that you think that meets the project management skills?
Yeah, because we often have to lead by influence. I mean, if you think about the tiger and how amazing they are, they're just amazing creatures, and they're powerful creatures when they want to be. Otherwise, they're just hanging out.
Yeah, yeah, they are calm. They are calm. But if they
Right.
need, they have a lot of power.
Yes. So I feel like that's a great way to think about our roles in as project managers is we need to keep everyone calm when things are going crazy, but sometimes we really have to go after something to make it happen.
Don't mess with him.
Right. And you have to sometimes be fierce
Yes.
when you're leading through some of the problems that will definitely happen in project land.
Yeah, there is a saying I read in a book some years ago that as a project manager, there are two things that you can never forget. The first one, be tough. It's not being rude, but be tough.
Mhm.
And the second one is don't lose control.
So good.
If you lose control of what you're doing, your team, you're lost. Get out
Yeah.
of there. So
And
be tough. Be tough. Tough's not be rude,
right.
aggressive, but we're here to do a job and we're going
Yes.
to do it. This is to
Yes.
be tough and don't lose control. I always remember this,
I
always.
love that. And I feel like the tiger, you can really see that in the tiger too.
That's it.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you for that.
Write down
Yeah.
next thing. Be
So good.
tough, lose control. Be tough and lose control.
Hmm.
And then we have the project manager. And in a project, we should have teams.
Yeah.
Who are the members of the teams?
So I have
Just,
three.
just a comment. Just a comment. Yeah, usually when I was involved in developing software, usually had a kind of tiger team. It's a
Uh-huh.
special forces that solve problems there. So we have a tiger team. It's not the kind of tiger team that you're saying because the team is the project manager. But usually we have a tiger team. I don't know if you use this term or not, but usually I have, oh, this is a tiger team. When you have a problem there, we have a tiger team that go there and solve it.
Right.
So
Yeah. I mean, we called it the SWAT team in corporate before. There was this idea of
what's the name? What's the name? Sorry.
like a SWAT team, like this, like,
Squatting, yeah, squatting.
you know, that's what it feels
Sometimes
like.
I call it SWAT team. So the SWAT, the policeman. So
Yes, that's
yeah,
what I
this
mean. That's what
yeah.
we always thought about it if you had to really send in the special forces.
Dun, 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 dun. Possible mission, Mission
Yeah,
Impossible.
so many times projects are mission impossible. So many times.
So many,
Yeah.
all the times.
Yes, it feels like that, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go to the team.
Okay.
Who are the teams?
So the team members I chose, and you and I talked about this in prep for this call. There are many team members in the back with other alternative animal avatars.
And
So,
some are missing, and some are
and
missing.
one that we discovered is missing that you love. So I can't wait. We can't wait to
No,
share.
no.
Yes. So the three that I chose was the bison. It's like a buffalo.
The bison, yeah, it's the
Like,
buffalo, the bison. In
yep.
Portuguese is bisão. It's different.
Bison. Okay.
Bisão, zão, zão.
Bison. I'm terrible.
Bison is bisão, bisão.
Okay. Yeah. So the bison is one. And you think about they're huge,
A bull. It's a bull.
right? This is you and calm. You
Don't face it.
you
Don't
see these
face it.
you see these pictures of these bison also with snow all over them, with all over the hair, the
Yeah.
fur. And it's because they're the only animal that will run into the storm.
Mm.
So they get, they're like, oh, there's a storm. I'm just going to run into it because that's the fastest way through. I'm just going to wait for it and deal with it.
This is the way for the storm. Go through the storm and cross it and finish. It's over.
Right. And so isn't it awesome when
Yes, yes. Because if you have a problem, face it, solve it. Don't wait for something happening. Go there, so face it, and done.
yeah,
Love it.
beautiful. And of course they're strong, but they can also go fast. They're agile creatures. They can spin around, they can jump up and down. So they can do all kinds of things. So if you have a project where you know it's going to be tough and you know the clock is ticking, every single project is a time is a question. And you need somebody strong to remind us all that we should focus on our strengths. It's great to have somebody like this on your side who will go through these storms with you.
Someone
Because,
you relies on, someone who relies to really tough guy, tough. You have to do something. You have to have
yes,
something.
yes. And I've definitely had these people on my projects where you'll be like, well, Bob, what do could you speak to that? And he'll be like, yes, and blah, 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 blah. And everybody's like, okay. But if it comes from me, they're going to argue with me all day long. It comes from Bob, the bison. Then, okay, no problem. Sometimes you need this person.
I'll solve this. Forget about it. I'll solve it.
I got it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Just leave the mission as a fire and forget. That's it. When we were flying, there was a missile. I decided fire and forget. Just
Ah,
go, do it. Okay, you fire and forget about the enemy is destroyed. You're gonna
wow.
solve the problem.
Wow.
That's it. That's what Bisons does, I think.
Hmm. Yes. So,
I think you'll write another book.
well, we do have another
Just
one in the works that's
thinking
totally,
here, thinking here, thinking here. Okay, the Bison.
yeah, that's one. Another one is the gazelle. You know the
The
gazelle?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So the gazelle is this one.
Yeah.
The gazelle
This
is this one.
origami. Yeah, gazelle.
Yeah.
So
So
fast, agile, adaptive. That's what he's supposed to do.
yes, perfect. And so the thing that I didn't know, because I always think about how the pilot in Top Gun, they say, I feel the need for speed, right? In the movie Top Gun.
I
And
know that. Don't start talking about this. Don't start talking about it because I know that.
I only want to mention it, right? Because A, you're you, like
Hey, I'm a pilot.
I love it. I love it. And because I always feel like so many executives are saying this. Like, I feel the need for speed. How fast can we go? When can you deliver? We talked about this. And so it's great to have a gazelle because a gazelle can outrun a cheetah.
Cheetah? No, I thought cheetah was the fastest animal on Earth.
Everybody says this. And they are the fastest after they get momentum.
Uh, but if
But
you
it
start from the zero, gazelle
It
gets
takes
first.
them well, this is what happens, which is why for Projectland, I chose the gazelle. Sure, a cheetah can go fast. It takes them a while to get going, to go super fast, right? A gazelle can outrun a cheetah by bobbing and weaving because it breaks their stride. So if a
But when
cheetah
you
is
see a
going
cheetah, when you see a cheetah, they can change the direction very fast.
not
Is
fast
that the
enough, if
same
they're
thing?
going after a gazelle, the gazelle can get away from them by bobbing and weaving.
Ah.
Yeah. And how many times do you have to bob and weave in a project, right? And go while you're going fast.
That's it.
A
She's
lot.
smarter than the cheetah.
So that's, and the gazelle and the bison and the next one, they all live in together. So they're team members. They're born team members because they don't live alone. They don't live
Oh,
in just, yeah, they live in these giant herds. And that's how they survive better. So,
yeah.
so that's important because we want team members who are not solo cheetahs just running off in a different direction. We want team members who really want to work as a team.
Do you see what I was telling the first the beginning of this movie? How creative this woman is. My
Oh,
God.
thank you, Elio.
Uh, is there any other animal?
One more. This one is really interesting, I think. It's the dolphin.
The dolphin. Very clever.
The
I love
dolphin. Yeah. So also family oriented, they live in pods. They love
it.
to
They work
play.
together to fight against sharks.
Yes. They work together and they love to play and have fun. So I live in Florida now, and I had some people over and we went out with this woman who was like the dolphin whisperer. I mean, meaning you go out on her little boat and she does something with her engine. She's like, does this little Morse code, like zzz, 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 zzz. And they know it's her and they start coming and they'll run with this and they'll run with the boat. It is magic. And so she taught us all this stuff about the dolphins and how they operate and how they want to please and they want to play. And but also they survive. And so they do what they have to do. So isn't it fun when you have a team member, especially on an intense project, it's so intense, it's so hard, that likes to get work done and also have fun too.
Hmm.
It's so
There,
nice.
yeah, it's so nice. It's so nice. And there is one thing in Flex model that one day you're gonna read it, and that is called fun journey. We gotta have a fun journey. It's one topic in leadership style in the Flex model is to provide a fun journey. That's a
Nice.
that's a
Well,
it's
maybe
good.
the dolphin can be your animal avatar for the fun journey. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, the dolphin is a good one. The dolphin is a good one. They are funny. They want to play. They love to play. They're always giggling and something like this. We're all it's good. It's good. They jump. Hey, it's party. We're party. They're saying so. They're very friendly. They accept people. So this is not fun. I love
Yeah,
it. It's important to have someone like this in the team.
it is. And not just for the team, but when you have a project, when you are really going to be impacting people and how they work, how things are for them, what the world looks like for them, it's really great to have that dolphin team member who cares about people, who cares
Hmm.
about making sure that they're going to be okay in the end, that takes care of them and says, hey, because dolphin are also very nurturing
Yeah.
creatures. And so we have to not just, especially you and I have been in tech, and in tech, a lot of times our tech friends forget about the people side. And the dolphin, when you have a dolphin on your team, they don't forget about the people side. They want to help them. They want to please them. They want to make sure that they're going to be okay and taken care of when the tech gets rolled out. They're going to be ready. So these are also known as the change managers many times. And there have been some change managers that are like, yep, I am the dolphin. I love that. And so that just makes me so happy, when people say, yeah, that is me. I like to have fun. I like to please people, get them ready. And it helps them say, okay, yeah, it's hard, but I do have a team can work with to, fight some of the battles we have to fight in
When,
Projectland.
when you are in your trainings or consultings, do you trying to make people identify themselves? What are you here? Who
It
identifies? Who here is a dolphin? Who here is a tiger? Who here is?
it naturally happens. I don't have
Okay,
to do anything. It just sort of naturally
identify
happens.
themselves as one of these animals.
Yeah, and what's funny is, so when I first started unveiling all of the animal avatars, what I did in the workshop was I put up these, big white pages, the big post-it notes, giant ones. And I put, lion and then helpful, hurtful, like traits. And I put all 11 up and I didn't tell them why. I
Mm,
said, I have animal avatars, I have these animals. You'll figure out why later. We'll talk about why later. All you need to do right now is go to one of them and figure out what are the helpful traits, what are the hurtful traits. And then I brought them all back together and I said, here's why. And part of it was the exercise too was decide, so they did the helpful and hurtful. And then it said, okay, step back and decide who you think, what role you think that animal represents in Project Land. And
that's
so,
it.
and so that's where the change manager came in for the dolphin. Everybody seems to choose the change manager for the dolphin. And I'm like, oh, okay, perfect. Like,
You did it.
so so then people get upset that their animal that they love the most isn't on my list. And so
And
so that's why we have all of these, a whole bunch of options in the appendix.
in the appendix, yeah. But we have some other animals there. It's other stakeholders. I think so, other stakeholders. Because we
Yeah,
have the team, we have some main stakeholders around the team, around the project,
right.
and which are the
Yeah. So the first thing about stakeholders,
usually, I'm sorry, Corazon. Usually we have good stakeholders, they're very engaged. There are bad stakeholders, they're against the projects, and so
yeah.
and some of them are neutral, and so
Hmm.
uh, talk about it.
You got it. You got it. Yeah. So remember, the stakeholders are the people outside your project team.
Yeah,
So who might love your project, hate your project, or be somewhere in between as a
in
little
between.
rhyme to remember it. Because some people forget about stakeholders and the stakeholders can make or break your project. So having these animal avatars can help. So we mentioned the snake earlier. That's the animal avatar for the saboteur, the ones who hate your project. And sometimes people will work actively to get your project canceled. Sometimes it's really a saboteur. Sometimes it's they think they're being helpful by, yeah, poking at things, but they're very difficult. So
Yeah,
there are all different reasons for this snake. On the other side is the happy dog. This is
always with the tails and
right. This is the happy, like, I am
always
so
partying, and so
yeah, it's like they will do anything to help. They're so excited for your project. They'll do anything to help, but sometimes they can make a mess, right? Like sometimes they get so excited, they make a mess. I have a dog.
I
You
know
have a
what
dog.
you're saying. I just acquire a small dog for the kid. Oh my God. Every day I have to do something and fix something. But they're
It,
funny. But they're funny. They're
but they're,
funny.
and you love them and they're wonderful. And so the idea as you start to think about who are my stakeholders, and what do I do about them? It's like, well, for the cheerleaders of your project, the happy dogs, you want to harness their energy for good. Give them something to do that's useful, right?
That's it.
Yeah. And so then the in between. So in the in between, we have the flamingo. There she is, the flamingo.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
right there.
The which is
Flamingo.
the flamingo, which is the finicky fan, the one maybe hasn't decided yet.
Finicky fan.
Finicky fan, like on the fence, the finicky fan. Because so the flamingos, to get their pink, beautiful color, they have a very special diet. They have to be very finicky with their diet. So the shrimp that they eat and the other, nutrients that they eat helps give them this beautiful color. Yeah. So the idea with the flamingos is they also often flock together and they squawk, right? And they flock together. And so you may have these people who haven't decided yet if they're going to love your project or hate your project. And
You
so
never know.
you
You
don't know.
never know.
So what are you going to do about them? Well, you want to try to influence them to be supportive of your project and keep them away from the snakes.
Turn them into happy dogs.
Yeah, you want to turn them into cheerleaders because it's great when they're, these beautiful creatures that were squawking before are like, I'm on board now. That can be very helpful.
Great.
Yeah.
Oh, so this is the are the main stakeholders, the main avatars that you have in your team.
Yeah.
But on at the end of the book, actually at the end of the book, you have the appendix with some others, and we don't have much time, okay? So
Okay.
so what are the main other avatars that you have in your team? And I would actually have one comment here.
Tell
When
me.
I read the book, I sent a message to you that, and you asked me, "What's your avatar?"
Yes.
And then I said, "Actually, I think that I am a mix of them." And what's your experience in doing this? Because sometimes I feel like a happy dog. Sometimes like I feel like a tiger. Sometimes I can be a bison. Sometimes I feel like everybody has a little bit of something. You have maybe have a main characteristic selves or a mix of them. What's your experience about this?
Yeah, I have found both things. One is some people are very grounded in one way, and that is how they operate. A lot of times, these are our subject matter experts.
Okay.
And then I've found sometimes, like me and you both, we have had to adapt so much over our lives that it's like, oh, this is the role I'm in, and therefore this is how I'm going to operate in this role. And you
This
assume
is another one that you should add to your book. A
mm,
chameleon.
a chameleon, yes.
That's it.
Yeah,
This would be another one to be addressed in your appendix. A
good
chameleon.
idea. Good idea. And so, can we share yet which animal avatar you wish were in the book?
Which one?
The one that you
The one that I miss. The one that I
are,
miss.
yeah, that you resemble quite a bit in some photographs.
The goat. It's not the greatest of all time. It's not. It's the animal.
So
I
I
miss,
just,
I missed I missed the goat. Actually, I told you that I missed the goat.
yes,
Because in my sign in the star signs here is the goat. Yeah, and I love the goats because in my opinion they go fast to the top. They climb on the edges, managing the risks, a lot of skills, and they go fast and they reach the summit very
yes,
fast. So
yes.
that's why I love the goat. My sign is my sign, and I love to climb mountains. I send you some pictures, and I did it. I missed the goat.
These photos were amazing. You know,
Yeah.
they're amazing. Thank you so much for sending them to me because I could not believe if you hadn't shown them, I believe you, but wow, seeing the photos, wow, amazing.
Maybe edition two, number two, the second edition of the book, you add some other animals.
Yes, yes, absolutely. And in fact, in the book, there are online resources and there's a place where you can enter your own animal avatar if I missed one that you feel strongly about. So we can, that's an offer.
So let's talk about some of these animals quick. That are on the appendix because there are very funny ones.
Did any jump out to you? That you,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can start.
yep. So, well, we have the Hawaiian hoary bat.
When hoary bat,
The Hawaiian hoary bat. So,
a bat
a
that a
bat.
animal lives in the dark,
Mhm.
sleeps upside down.
And when you're in software, you gotta love them because they eat a lot of bugs.
Forget about it.
But the
They
thing is,
serve bugs. They serve bugs. They
yeah,
eat bugs.
they eat the bugs. But the thing is because my family's in Hawaii, I learned about these. This is the only native mammal in Hawaii. And so it's very unique with the unique set of skills and very special. And sometimes on projects, we really need that. There's somebody very unique with a very unique set of skills that we need. Yeah.
It's very rare, but you have to have it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah.
Others?
The unicorn was one of them.
This
And so,
magical mystic animal.
yeah, so I mean, and this is when it's kind of the opposite where you you have these executives saying, well, we need someone that climbs mountains, also dives down into the deep, and also flies like an eagle. And you're like, this person doesn't exist, but we can put together a team and have all of those
Stop,
things
stop. I
on,
need to let this person doesn't exist.
right?
Yeah, and unicorns doesn't exist.
Yeah, I mean it happens. And there are a whole bunch of other ones. We had so much fun creating some of these, but some of my uh, participants in these workshops, I had them after we did the whole thing with the animal avatars I chose. I said, I understand I may not have chosen one that you think should be in the book. So why don't you write down what you think and why? Why should they make it? And so they ended up in the appendix first, and then we supplemented it with some more that we liked. So, like horses, bears, monkeys all came up for some folks.
Spiders.
Yeah. And one woman that read the book very early on, she called me and was like, I loved the book. And I said, well, who's your animal avatar? Because I love asking that. And she said, well, in the back, you have the meerkat, the prairie dog. And she
Pretty
said,
duck.
That's me. I'm like, really? Okay.
Prairie duck?
Yeah. So she's just like, they all go up, right? And their little heads, and they're like, and then they go down. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay.
Wow.
So you never know,
One
whatever.
one day, one day, if I have a chance, I'm going to take part of one of these workshops with you. So I would love to see this thing happening. So one day, next time you're gonna do this, please invite me if you can. I would love to
Excellent.
go there. I love to go
That
there.
sounds fun. You would be so much fun in this. And now you know all the animals, so you'd have to, you know.
Yeah, I'm mute. I don't know anything. Okay, Don, thank you very much for being here and tell your story. Tell the story about this amazing book that I really and highly recommend reading this book. Thank you very much for sharing your knowledge, all your fun. So it's always, always fun talking to you. Thank you 1,000 times. Thank you one
Oh,
time.
Elio, thank you so much for having me. I love it. I love talking to you. And thanks for letting me share this concept with your crew because I feel like the people side is so hard and it doesn't need to be. But when we understand each other better, we can all lead better through this crazy world that now I call
It's a
Projectland.
chance. It's a chance. I think that the book is a chance to make you think about your behavior and who you are and what's your part in a team.
Yes.
Think about sometimes we work, but we don't think what's our part, how do we behave, and how we can contribute to the team, what our main characters and our main skills. So I think it's a wonderful idea to, and all these analogies that we do some to explain complex concepts in a very simple way. So you're very special in doing this.
Thank you so much.
Well, I hope you have liked the way I liked this video. If you like this, consider subscribing to the channel, share it. And if you didn't download the Flex Mobile guys yet, go down to this website and download it. It's for free. And I'll drop down here the links for the book and her company website, her email, WhatsApp, Instagram, everything right here you can find Dawn whenever you want. Dawn, your final words, please.
Please link in with me. Let me know that you heard this show and let me know what you think your animal avatar is. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for having me and listening today.
Thank you very much, Flex. See you in the next video.